Well, yes, there is an update from IndiGo Airlines on this flight 6E76. What they are saying right now that there was no fire on board this flight. There was only smoke. Let me read out the operative part for you. Is that all passengers. The aircraft touched down at Delhi Airport runway at about 15:35 p.m. As soon as the captain got information about dense smoke from the ATC tower, he immediately ordered the crew to evacuate all the passengers. There were 147 passengers on board this flight. 75 seconds it took for all the passengers to be evacuated from the left-hand side and from the right-hand side chutes. What it also says that some of the passengers who suffered minor injuries during evacuation were given medical attention and taken care of at the airport itself. So yes, Padmaja, the passengers who were injured were during the evacuation process. About 10 passengers who were injured were during the evacuation process. Remember, there was one infant also on this flight. So clearly, children and infant on this among these 147 passengers, they were treated at the airport itself. This flight landing at about 15:35, 3:35 in the afternoon at Delhi's Terminal 1D. And after that, the captain was told by the ATC controller that there was smoke which was being observed. And after that, the crew ordered all the passengers to be evacuated. In fact, there are some pictures which are available on Twitter. Let me just show you those pictures as well. These pictures are from passengers who have been tweeting these pictures of this aircraft, which really.
Come to him, yeah. Come to him. He's showing you a picture. Come to him.
So these are the pictures on Twitter. This is the aircraft. These are the pictures on Twitter from passengers who were on that flight. And this is the flight IndiGo 6E176, and this flight was the one which was observed a lot of dense smoke on this flight. Some of the passengers tried to click some pictures, and they clicked these snaps which were sent on Twitter and other social networking sites. What we also know that the IndiGo is now saying that there was no fire on board, only dense smoke, and that is why the passengers were evacuated. And during evacuation process, some passengers were hurt, and that they were treated at the hospital at the airport and were let off. So these are the pictures which you can see on the screen. These are the pictures tweeted. These are the pictures from the passengers of 6E176 on Twitter. This is the aircraft. You can see it is in the mud as of now, a slight because and you can see the chutes being deployed, and during this evacuation is when the passengers got hurt. Padmaja?
Kashif, curiously, the statement remains completely silent on why was there smoke inside the aircraft, and also how did the passengers get injured while they were being evacuated, because that is still a cause of concern.
That is a cause of concern because there are laid down rules for how passengers should be evacuated in case of emergencies like this, and that will be a matter of investigation by the DGCA, and also how there was smoke inside the aircraft which was observed by the ATC controller. So yes, there are quite a few questions which this airline IndiGo has to answer. They have not answered in their statement as said. They only said that there was no fire, only smoke, and that is why as a precautionary measure all these passengers were evacuated. Yes, back to you.
Absolutely. In fact, now IndiGo statement that Kashif just received talks about how there was only smoke inside the cabin and there wasn't any flame observed. The smoke was observed by the air traffic control, after which immediately the evacuation process was started, and some passengers sustained injuries in the course of that evacuation. 147 passengers, crew members, and also one infant were on board this IndiGo flight. A very, very close shave for all 147 passengers on board.